Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you doing? This is Love Coach Dasha, and I'm here to bring you the word of the week for healing and reconciling after infidelity. Now, hopefully, you've been on the healing path this week. Hopefully, you have been listening to my videos. You have been putting yourself on the healing path, trying to move forward in your relationship after infidelity. I know this sucks, right? This is one of those things that is a true trauma. You feel like you have just been absolutely devastated. You are a pile on the floor and boneless, completely devastated by this betrayal. But it is absolutely possible to get over it with all of the steps of the dreams formula that I've been talking to you about. The first step was the decision. The second step was recognizing the fear speech. And today, we're not talking about ourselves anymore because the first two steps were about yourself. This week's word of the week is going to be evaluate. We are going to evaluate the why. We're going to figure out why this happened. Why did he do this? Why did he feel like it was a good idea to cheat on me? And there are three things that you can usually see happen when it comes down to the why. All right. I got three categories. The three categories are sick, sad, and stupid. All right. And stupid is not what you think it is. The first category is sick. And sick is one of those things where people end up cheating because they have an illness. And mental illness does qualify as a real physical illness too. So a lot of the time when people are feeling like their lives are not the way they're working out, they're not working out the way they wanted them to because they have this illness that they have to deal with, something chronic, something that they're dealing with on a regular basis, they may try and escape into fantasy. They may try and escape into a different version of the world where, oh, I'm all wrapped up in this relationship with this other person and it excites me and it makes me feel better. It makes me feel better about life. That can happen on a regular basis. Lots of people experience that. People experience that after they've had a heart attack. People with mental disorders experience that. So there are lots of reasons why this could happen. Also, hormones. I count hormones as being sick because when it comes down to it, men are not taught about their hormones. So they are just being attacked by their hormones from the inside and they don't even know what to do with them. They don't even know where this feeling came from in the first place. So of course, they're going to feel a little sick. They're going to feel like they're not in control of their body and of their mind. So I feel like sick covers all of those things. Then we've got sad. Sad has to do with a loss of some kind. And it could be any kind of loss. It could be a loss of how they feel about themselves. It could be a loss of a relationship with you, feeling like the relationship wasn't as close, as loving as it used to be. A real loss like grieving for a loved one. We've had plenty of that in the years of the pandemic. We've all lost somebody. We've all felt that loss. So that can definitely be a thing that makes people cheat, a feeling of loss. Men will feel loss of their masculinity, feeling like they don't have something that they used to have, and that will make them cheat every now and again too. So, get sick, we've got sad, and then we've got stupid. Stupid is the most insidious because it's not about them being stupid. Of course, yeah, they're being stupid when they cheat. But I'm talking about the stupid things that we're taught about relationships. I'm talking about the fact that chick flicks are marketed to women and we have these ideas about these fairy tales and these romances and how things are supposed to go in a relationship, and they are not marketed to men, and men are the people who would actually have to carry through with those fantasies in order for them to happen. The fact that men are told from a very young age that they're supposed to have lots and lots of women when they're very, very young, when they're little, and somebody says to them, oh, you're going to have all the girlfriends. You wait for me. When you get older, I'm going to be your girlfriend later. That type of thing. When they're teenagers, they're expected to be having sex, and not just having sex, but having sex with lots of women, or else they are less than men. They are less masculine than they are supposed to be. So there is when they get older, their counterparts are telling them, oh, you got a good woman, you need to get another one. You need to make sure you have more than one in the pocket. There are terrible things that men are told about being in a relationship that that are just terrible for relationships in general, that are terrible for them, that are terrible for the women that they want to be with. Also, you have to look into family history. Their parents, did one parent cheat on the other? Did my mom cheated on dad, especially because then they have this idea in their head that all women are going to be like that, so they might as well do it too. So there's a lot of things like that. Their uncles and cousins and older male figures. Did all of those men tell them that they were supposed to have lots of women? Did they show them that they were supposed to have lots of women? I know of several people whose fathers or grandfathers had several different families, had families down the block from one another. So, this is something that has been entrenched in their minds from the time they were little. And so, of course, they would think that it's right. They think that it's the right thing to do. So those are the three categories of why. Now, you can have someone who has a mix of those categories. It doesn't have to be just one thing. And the thing is, you know your honey story better than I do. You know what was going on with them, what their past is like, what's going on with them personally that would make them do something like this. You know more than you think you know, even if you don't have all the details. So instead of worrying so much about the details, try and apply this evaluation. We need to evaluate what the why was based on these three criteria. Was it sick? Does he have a hormonal imbalance? Is he getting a little bit older? If he's like in mid to late 30s, testosterone starts to go a little wacky. All men have a cycle. As totally about the hormones before, all men have a cycle just like women do, and they have same kind of PMSy type of symptoms that we do too. So, there's a part of the time during that cycle where you're much more sexual. That can happen like that too. You know that they have a mental disorder and they are struggling with it and they're trying to live their life the way they're supposed to, but they are dealing with that mental illness. There are lots of different reasons. Put it together and work on like just your mate. What types of things have been going on with them that would make them do this? Because it's not about you. It is not. I know that's the most easy and convenient thing. And I know that's what the trauma keeps trying to tell you. The trauma keeps trying to tell you that it has to be you. It was all about you. It was about not loving you enough, not wanting to be with you, wanting to be in a relationship with you. But that's very, very rarely, I mean, extremely rarely, the reason that people cheat. You are looking at something that is causing them pain, something that is on the inside, and they are trying to medicate that pain away by doing something that they know is wrong, but it feels better in the moment. It makes that whatever pain it was that they were dealing with go away just a little bit. And people get very addicted to being free of pain. That's why people get addicted to painkillers. That's why people get addicted to drugs and cigarettes and alcohol, because it dulls some of the pain that they're feeling. So the same reason happens when people get addicted to sex. It is trying to dull some of that feeling. Now, your mate may not be an addict in any other way that really counts, but trying to numb themselves, trying to dull their pain with acting out is an addictive type of personality thing to do. So you just need to watch out for that. Watch out for other reasons. Do they have any other addiction that's going on? That may be a why, but that's sickness. That falls under that category as well. So just take a look this week and sit back. Don't ask a whole lot of questions. Just take what you know about your mate, take your journal, and write down some of the things that you think could have caused this inside them, that don't have to do with you, that don't have to do with your relationship, but have to do with them and the way that they handle the world and the way that they see the world, because of the way that they were brought up, because of the things that go on inside them. All right. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to you. I hope that you sit down with it this week and really evaluate the why. And let me know in the comments below. Let me know what the why is. What is the why that you have come up with for your mate? Is it a combination of several things, or is it just one thing that looks pretty straight up to you? Let me know that in the comments. And don't forget, like and subscribe so that you can know everything that I'm doing here on YouTube. All right. Alrighty, that's about it. This has been Love Coach Dasha for the word of the week for healing and reconciling after infidelity. And I am so glad that I had you here today. Please make sure if you have any questions, reach out to me. I want to help you recover after infidelity. We need to get you on the healing path, all right? Alrighty, y'all. I'll talk to you later. Bye.